Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Charlie, Lily, and I will be presenting PERKii as our product that we are internationalizing into Singapore. Dev and Sapcha have also helped develop this PowerPoint. We hope you enjoy.
PERKii is an Australian startup company delivering the world's first non-fermented, low in sugar probiotic drink that contains billions of live probiotics per serving. Scientists at the University of Queensland use ProGel patented technology to ensure the delivery of live probiotics. The product was trialled in 2015 prior to launching domestically in 2016 and has since expanded its services throughout Australia and New Zealand. Domestically, PERKii currently distributes to over 4,000 stores across Australia. These chains include Coles and Woolworths, as well as other Australian leading groceries. PERKii comes in a range of flavours, including strawberry, watermelon, mango passion fruit, pear, tropical splash, forest berry, and many more. PERKii is a privately held company with primary headquarters based in Queensland. The team is small, with the team consisting between 10 to 20 employees. As PERKii is a startup company with a relatively small team, they pride themselves on their strong organisational culture. They also rely predominantly on social media to generate awareness and market the product. PERKii is a revolutionary market leader as they were the first brand to use microgels, which are minuscule natural beads designed to encapsulate live probiotics. In a time of immense global crisis, the brand has also become highly trusted amongst the Australian consumer market. In February 2020, they announced a partnership with Surf Life Saving Australia. The brand is donating 10 cents to the cause for every bottle sold, with an overall fundraising goal of $50,000.
This section of the report involves outlining the external factors inherent to Singapore's market. The pestle analysis is an effective marketing tool to assess the political, economic, socio-cultural, technological and environmental conditions that will affect PERKii's expansion into the market. The political climate demonstrated that the country's government was examined to have low levels of bureaucracy based on Singapore's unitary political system. The economic development through a macro and micro lens showed that the country's openness to the global market and efficient policy implementation for growth. Singapore's socio-cultural environment was seen to be highly multicultural, with a strong presence of Western culture. For this reason, the appreciation and consumption of foreign goods such as PERKii was inherent to the country's buyer behaviour. There is an abundance of technology systems within Singapore, such as ICT, that allows businesses to develop key information at a rapid pace. The legal environment was examined to be an effective government institution based on traditional common law. There are a few key areas within Singapore's legal system that had direct implications for PERKii, such as Singapore Food Agency.
Singapore is an island city-state that lies on the southernmost tip of Asia with an approximate population of 5.7 million. Singapore is the home of three major ethnic groups. These are 74% Chinese, 13% Malay, and 9% Indian. Being the world's biggest hub in Asia, Singapore currently hosted residents for expats all around the globe, where majorities are Australians, Americans, and Indians. The business etiquette in Singapore is formal, reserved, and follow a strict protocol based on both the ethnic origin and the age of the person. The Western concept of shaking hands may not be acceptable with the old and reserved generation. As we've identified, most Asian countries have a high context culture. This also includes Singapore. This country has a high independence, conformity, readiness to be influenced by others, mutual sympathy, and self-sacrifice for members in that culture. Singaporeans are rather open to new and exotic types of food and drinks, such that the city is an excellent platform for imports. As a result of this, there's an extensive variety of food and drinks offered in Singapore. Due to a rapidly growing consumer spending but small production market, many Singaporeans are very familiar with foreign products. They like to experiment with new products after really feeling assured about the quality, customer care, and financial incentive. Singaporeans have increasingly become more aware of food and water and drinks and health benefits due to the rising issue in diabetes. As such, they're spending more on premium products due to the perceived higher quality. Since 2018, the Singaporean government has become stricter with the drinks containing high levels of sugar and therefore encourage manufacturers to make healthier drinks. It is important to recognize that we are establishing our target segments on the consumer who purchase from the main two supermarkets, cold storage and fair price. The segmentation process showed us that the most suitable product market for PERKii drinks are university students between 18 to 25 years old and the broader expat population. This was chosen on the premise that Singaporeans today consume healthier and more adventurous drinks. They are keen buyers for foreign products. Younger consumers have a cosmopolitan mindset and are more receptive to international drinks. As well, students are becoming more health conscious. Secondly, the expat communities are known to be part of a higher income bracket who are well aware of the health risks and living a healthier lifestyle, and therefore inclined to buy a healthier drink. In this slide, I have displayed the key competitors to PERKii in Singapore. Firstly, as we've decided to distribute PERKii to only the two main supermarkets in Singapore, as we believe this is the most efficient channel to reach our target market, we thought it was necessary to analyze the competitors within these supermarkets only. Interestingly, PERKii's actual product type of a probiotic drink does not exist in Singapore. However, it was crucial for us to examine the international competitors that have a similar brand personality and, of course, similar health benefits, highlighting the potential threats to PERKii's success in Singapore. As well, allowing us to see the strengths and weaknesses of these competitors, it has endorsed us to understand how PERKii can differentiate themselves in Singapore. For example, all of these competitors, except for Yocha, as it was made in Singapore, do not engage in any promotional activities in Singapore. This has allowed us to create a tactic to ensure PERKii has a loud presence in promotional activities in Singapore. On the other hand, examining Mojo, Kombucha, and Charlie Fusion's drinks, it suggests that they are a direct threat for PERKii, as they are both made in Australia, both have a great health benefits, similar flavors, and price points. As well, they are funded by large parent companies that assist them to a proactive social media presence and high levels of spending on ads, feeding their success in Singapore. The strengths of PERKii. PERKii is a revolutionary market leader in the probiotic sector on a domestic scale, highly successful in the market. The product is now available over 4,000 retail outlets nationwide. PERKii has a wide range of associated benefits, including improved digestion, functioning of the immune system, as well as emotional, skin, and dental benefits. The weaknesses. The economic instability due to COVID may create high levels of doubt amongst consumers, potentially minimizing their spending altogether. PERKii is currently seen as a fast, short-lived, only sparkling interest and appeal because of society's current trends. The Singaporean landscape and market has shifted in the recent years, with only 32% of the locals focusing on a healthier product. The opportunities. The COVID pandemic has made individuals more health aware and more health conscious and finding new ways to increase their immunity. Singapore is currently Australia's largest trade and investment partner in Southeast Asia. As the Singaporean government is implementing restrictions on the beverage products by the end of 2021, this could be largely beneficial for PERKii. Residents of Singapore are culturally immersed and often explore and welcome foreign food concepts. The threats. Singapore has a very established probiotic industry and one with the locals crowd resonates with. Growing sense of competition within the sector is a huge threat. Singapore is a very fast-paced and tech-savvy country with breakthroughs all the time happening in the probiotic space. A major setback in the market of the probiotics relates to the international quality standards and regulations.
The National University of Singapore is regarded as the leading Singaporean university. NUS is the oldest and most established university, known as an incredibly innovative and research-intensive establishment. This report recommends a partnership with NUS Food and Technology faculty at the next orientation week. A team of NUS researchers recently created a probiotic sour beer that aims to improve the function of the immune system. Additionally, a team of researchers made headlines when they created an innovative solution to reduce bread waste by using a fermentation process that extracted and turned the excess bread waste into a probiotic beverage, containing a wide range of health benefits. As the university attracts a large degree of international and local students, approximately 38,000 students, with 30% of them being foreign, a partnership with PERKii would raise a large degree of awareness amongst the target segment. This report recommends a PERKii installation at the next Food and Science Technology Orientation Week, offering 200 bottles to students. Although the installation would be an internal expense, it has the ability to raise a large degree of awareness and interest amongst the target segment. Along with the free PERKii giveaway, pamphlets containing information about the product as well as where it can be purchased should be provided with each bottle. Moreover, an installation would foster and encourage students to feature PERKii on their social media, enhancing the level of exposure amongst the target market.
This slide presents the supply chain graph to briefly explain the distribution process. which is a crucial process to the success of PERKii's internationalization, as PERKii depends on the efficiency of the process both financially and physically in order to be sold in Singapore. Through a conversation with the CEO of PERKii, Anthony told us that PERKii has a shelf life of 4 months, which creates complications with the transportation time and warehousing, as PERKii's biggest threats going international will be the order time, as if they order too much and the stock expires, PERKii as a startup will not financially manage this. By understanding that this product can be a success in Singapore, we then assess how we can make this distribution channel as efficient as possible. We firstly got a quote from Ace Portrons, a freight company, which suggested the transportation costs involved in getting to Singapore in 12 days. Secondly, it was apparent that we needed to find a distributor in Singapore to control all the transportation operations and distribution into the supermarkets. After research, we found a distributor in Singapore, Province Distributors, who will manage all the operations the minute the goods arrive in Singapore. This means they'll take the pallets from the port in Singapore to the assigned warehouses, whereby they'll distribute to cold storage and fair price supermarkets. Through a conversation with Province Distributors, they assured us that they have a great relationship with the supermarkets and all logistics will be taken full control of. Thank you so much for listening to our PowerPoint. We really appreciate it and we're looking forward to telling you more about PERKii in our final report.